You know, in today's video, I want to talk to you about something little here. I want to talk to you about the psychiatry. I want to talk to you about the psychology. In this video, I want to talk to you about the mental health. What exactly is the mental health? What it works. Basically, how the mental health, basically the way this stuff operates. The mental health. At least I can tell this. They tried really hard to make me mentally ill. And there is absolutely nothing. They didn't try to make me mentally ill, including the people, and especially the people that you see here. Of course, I'm talking about the royals, more than anyone else. Nothing in this world, they did not try to make me mentally ill. And I honestly will tell you that for me personally, you see, this is already a big difference between me and 99.9999999. Now that number repeats. Number 9 is the strongest number in the world. Percent of the other people in this world. What separated me from other people during MK Ultra, and it's why I never got mentally ill, is because every issue they inserted in MK Ultra, every fucking one of them, it was analyzed by the top psychiatrists, by the best psychiatrists in the world ever. The best psychologist, the best psychiatrist ever. Yeah, that exactly was myself. They go to show these days the pictures of happiness also. They continue to load with this stuff here. I see them happy, posing right there. A little earlier, there was some other picture. That's why I decided I'm going to go and video record this stuff. And you see almost every picture, they are laughing and happy about it. And so on and so forth. Now, let's just say almost every picture. But when I look at these pictures, many of these pictures are old pictures. They're not even new pictures. Look at that. The picture for which Prince William, still back then, Charles, excuse me, insisted a psychiatry. It is a psychiatry. And what they figure out during MK Ultra, this is how I'm going to say to you something about this Prince William, Prince Charles, and Prince Harry. They were certain, due to degree of torture, due to degree of crime they committed against me, that I am faking my feelings toward them. You know, this is the video, ladies and gentlemen, that you can learn only from this video. You can learn so much about the mental health. This is just my case, but every one of you have people involved in your life that you can use this video. Like video nobody ever released anything about mental health for your own purposes. So this way you will always stay mentally fit, mentally healthy for as long as you will live, regardless of your age, and pass this on to your children, onto your grandchildren. I don't think you can cure society completely because there is a lot of issues. But this video for the people that are facing with certain issues in life, and I think I would recommend this video to everybody. This video is truly like a cure for many people, that if you're willing to look in yourself from within, your life will improve, your quality of life will improve regardless of the hardship that you endure, regardless of the stuff they do to you, regardless of the stuff they do to you. And so Illuminatis were certain they are gonna fuck me up. They were certain about one thing, you know. They were certain about that I was faking it all along, that I was faking it, that I was just using them. This was Prince Harry, Prince William. Prince William maybe not so much, but Prince Harry was 100% certain that he will actually prove that I am completely fake, and so on and so forth. And this disease was wildly accepted by other royals, including Prince Charles, including Andrew, and to begin with, this is basically a road to a full mental recovery. This is a road to a full. It didn't have to be this way, for me to say this way. I didn't ask for this; they asked for that. This is a full path, a path to a full mental recovery I endured during MK Ultra, for me personally. One thing I disregarded about them was their numerous lies on why I should just see them as an assistant, as a help, and so on and so forth. You can absolutely not, as it will become evident in this video. But this is not what I want to concentrate in this video. What I want to concentrate in this video, is, you know, I posted the stuff here. Many people would probably be like, whoa, you know, what this, what that, and so on, you know. Well, you know, these are, you know, harsh words, you know, and maybe even illegal, you know, maybe so, maybe so, maybe so. No, they're not. Every fucking one of them is legal. That's one thing. And the second thing is, these are not harsh words. These are not harsh words. These are not brutal words. This is the mirror of the stuff that these people did. This is a mirror of the stuff that these people did. They go to the British side and they always display, this was, I was told during MKH, is going to be used to, and you're going to be, you know, coming to our website. Express UK was probably the most involved British website of all the websites. All through it was Daily Mail, all the British media were heavily involved in this stuff, and they wanted me to see myself in all kinds of articles, pictures, photos, titles. Instead of reading the article that some person would not be subjected to MK Ultra like I was, they tutored me literally to read the articles, to literally look at the pictures and articles and connect them, associate them with psychiatric hospitalization, with all kinds of issues, negative issues. Some issues, however, also good issues. But because, obviously, for one thing I will say to you, if you're ever subjected to MK Ultra, when you're dealing with the people that start to talk about issues that are extremely insane stuff, that are very, very, very bad issues, that involve well-being of your parents, yourself, your health, etc., start to get into some kind of disasters and stuff like that, and they start to rehearse that stuff, you should understand that that's what they gonna follow up on you no matter what. Why do they do this stuff? Because they want to get rid of you. Because they want to nix you. They want to erase you from the face of the earth. So you're going to have to be smart, intelligent. You have to analyze them. And there is something else I never mentioned on my blog. And that's a key to success. For everything you do in life, never ever lie to yourself. The key to the mental illness, the key to the mental health, to the superior mental health, to the strength, the mental strength, is to not sicken yourself. The only time that you can sicken yourself is if you lie. If you lie, and the biggest one you can lie to, the biggest damage you can done to is a lie to yourself. If you do not lie, it doesn't matter what the fuck you do in the world. If you do it based on the truth, you will always come out as a victor, as the most successful, most powerful person in the world. And I don't give a three fuck if you declare the war on the entire world. You understand? Now let me put this into rationale. There's no video like this anywhere on the internet. And like I said, this video should be your Bible. This should be the video that should guide you through good and bad in your life. If you will obey to the principles of truth, honesty to yourself, and of course there is another factor I did never mention. That's fairness. You have to create your own ratio in respect to issues you are facing in life, and based on that ratio you have to create a fairness factor for whatever you're dealing with, whoever you're dealing. But there's one thing you should never do. Under no circumstances should you really in life ever lie. The worst one that you can lie to, however, I'm going to say again, I'm going to repeat to you again, is to lie to yourself. There is nothing worse. When you lie to yourself, there is a lot of stuff. They claim me, it's a mental illness, this is mental illness, that's a mental illness, that's a MK Ultra, they claim it's a mental illness. No, MK Ultra is no mental illness. The moment that you lie to yourself, that is a mental illness. Remember, the moment that you lie to yourself, that's a mental illness. That's your beginning of the end. Lying to yourself is associated with the hatred issues. Naturally, find yourself in my situation reporting on a people like this. And when I said people like this, in a previous article, right there, I refer to them as animals. Violent animals. Abusing laws, constitution, courts, and so on. Not barbarians. I go away from the everyday frequencies, flux of the people that go through in and out of you, and they dump inside of you, what I refer to as associations. And based on those associations, I'm not going to say the entire society is built, but yes, it's got a lot to do. Some people call it even that fashion that applies to clothing, and also to language, and also to the way of thinking. I'm out of that stuff. What I want to have to do with it, basically, is myself. Me, inner I, basically. You understand? I can't investigate, I can't see, I can't understand if I don't have myself. Myself is so important to me that it's just the most important thing. When you dealing with animals like this, is the most important to remember that they have a tendency to abuse laws. You have to be very, very, I'm not going to say tactical, but careful in whatever you state, and collecting evidence, more and more evidence on them. And I don't say that you, if you ever find yourself in this situation, should put them on edge, for me is extremely important, because I have noted these people to be a chameleons within their circles, but basically translating stuff that I post on the website, especially because they are familiarized with MK Ultra software, a program, software program, to the people, law enforcement, their politicians, as per how they will still have a capacity to resolve this in one way or the other, and using them demanded from me to pursue this in somewhat ordered by the law ways that would not even have impact on other people. And this is here, when it applies to me, just not happening. I'm not pushing the edge, but I'm making myself clear about my intentions, clearly what my intentions are and how I'm going to pursue these intentions, regardless of what goes on. This is basically why this is not associated with the mental illness, as much as these people would love to see this to be associated with the mental illness. Now let me just demonstrate you something else, why you British royals and also all others, you were involved in MK Ultra and you believe for some reason that I did not like you, that I lied to you, that I only acted and I only pretended, and so on and so forth. Why you so miserably failed? And so the people can learn this kind of stuff. For instance, Prince Harry and Prince William had a problem with the hair loss, and I was their teacher. I tutored them how to save the hair so they can always have the hair, unlike others in the royal family. They can drive through the life without any hair transplants, healthy, happily. I cherish them so much. I was so happy to see them. I wanted them to live here, literally with me, here. Make this residence, our residence also, have them here, and so on and so forth. And it was not because of the mental illness, which they are trying to associate. It's not a trauma I'm going through. Trauma was during MK Ultra procedure. It's now the investigation about what they have done and how to pursue, because they never do only bad stuff. Maybe 50% of the stuff they do is contrary to the ugly stuff, also the stuff that makes you feel special, really special. And at this point in time, British psychiatry, American psychiatrists, German psychiatrists, all these Western mental health professionals, you're scum, by the way. You're done, by the way, seriously. You're up to no fucking good. Just didn't know what the way you resolve the MK Ultra issues and stuff like that. It does apply to other people whom I hope they're gonna see this video, never ever will apply to them again. And when you're in doubts, go back to this video, see one again, including maybe even myself. When you're in such a good mental strength, health, shit, it's good to record something like this. Maybe one day you're not gonna be in stuff like this, and you can go back and you can see your video and remind yourself about who you really are. Yeah, when you investigate this stuff, when you go over these memories, this trauma they were causing during MK Ultra, and well, if this isn't insane, basically stuff that I have written about, Elon Musk insisted that with Jeff Bezos, it's pretty fucking crazy. They're like the richest people in the world, right? So that much more, that's designed by psychiatrists, psychologists, basically clowns. They created their like omnibus, basically loaded with unlimited supplies of money, cash, coming in your house, basically giving, shabba-dooba-da, a dance, dance of the, you know, Ples Merlicho, dance of the corpses, basically, together with the Kuchan, with Pahor, with people that not long they were in war with, for fuck's sake. I don't know how many of you remember Soviet Union, USSR, Iron Curtain, we will nuclear auto resistance and so on. Oh, we have still in Moscovia and in Belgrade. These people are fucking oblivious of where I'm coming from and where the fuck they're coming from. Not really, because it's a money and power. And when they get this two settled in, the element, in this case it's Eastern Europe, what they do is they get rid of the evidence. They just want to start the new. They're used to basically just erase and restart the whole thing and start new, and a new history. It's always a new history. Like you delete the fucking cookies from the browser or something like this, some shit like this. So in fact they started to use me for everything I accomplish to approach to the old enemies and make sympathy with them. Basically, they wanted to be seen in eyes of the enemies. They want to gain sympathy in eyes of the enemies through collaboration, cooperation in extermination, genocide procedure against me. This is Elon Musk. This is Jeff Bezos. These are American billionaires. These are American politicians. This is what White House always was. They used to call this in, was this dude, Vidkun Quisling, I think he was Norwegian, who assisted the Germans in invasion on Norway. Quislings, no, not quite, because these are of a different race. They are of a different people. They are of a different, we're not similar. We're not similar. I did explain the issue behind the British royals, how they view me already as a child, in early childhood, and even my schoolmates. They were preferring the blonde kids and stuff like this, even begging me not to touch them when they would be assaulting me and stuff like this. They are completely, first of all, these are completely different people we are talking about. That's one thing. I think it's fair for me to separate from this completely entirely based on investigation I have done, right? So we draw the line about this stuff. But there's something else to it. They figure out that through the abuse, through the torture, they could gain trust, a sympathy in devil. Yesterday's enemy became a lucrative partner, oil, minerals, gas, and so on, partner business. And why not to clear the browser and start a whole new history? That's what they figure out. That's how they will do it. They will just do it like this, and that's going to be solve all their problems, and it's going to be just, So what they started to do is they started to push their hands, soak their hands into something really, really bloody, into the stuff that Slovenian side, Yugoslav, Serbs, Milan Kucan from Slovenia planned, contemplated on already very fucking long time ago. Like you would not believe, the phone that was stolen to me a few months ago, I walked through the area and it was like a snap. I just look at the forest behind the bench and I recall myself when I was just 10 years old. 10 years old. Milan Kucan was a professor He was a professor. It was a different kind of professor. They refer to him as a different kind of professor. Talking about Anton Butcher, talking about the Brezovar teachers from Osnovna škola Grm, grammar school Grm in Novo Mesto. They would take my classmates, entire class with me, subjected to MK Ultra on Saturday or Sunday. They would meet behind the village. That's really interesting stuff. With the kids from the village, from the Krka village, from the Žihovo Selo village, which is a village behind the Krka village. You fucking imagine this stuff. And started to contemplate, believe it or not, on a theft. They did not know what kind of theft the fuck that's gonna be. But Uncle Milan Kuchan, who researched everything I did in life, and of course the new house that came here to existence, he wanted to know that still would come to existence. Back then there was still no house here. Might have been even the 3rd grade of the grammar school. Milan Kuchan figured out that is an excellent location for the theft. Let me demonstrate you just as an example I want to give you. Let me really demonstrate. This is so beautiful, this stuff. It's really, I became fascinated with the ability to research this scum. Yes, I became a highly advanced investigation machine throughout this process. City of the Novo Mesto. This is really fascinating stuff. Don't forget this stuff, whatever the hell you do. Don't forget about this video. It's really, I'm gonna say to you, highly recommended. List one as a really state-of-the-art video. You see, at the end of the village, you see this here? That's what it looks like. You see this here? Just like this. And then you will turn this and you will proceed here, which, however, shit, I remember that I cannot go through there. Now let me see something else. Because anyways, I cannot go through there, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna video record this stuff. This is a video, incredible video that I have to put. It was the stuff also that was involved in MK Ultra. And so this is a Žihovo Selo. Unfortunately, that's also not gonna take me, it's also not gonna allow me to do the street view here. Yeah, but as I show you this stuff here, just really quickly. Oh, it's excellent. It really is incredibly beautiful video. It truly is. As long as it shows the bench over there, that's all the fuck we need to finish this state-of-the-art video. Can you imagine that Milan Kuchan contemplated on the theft of my telephone? Practically, like I said, practically he did. But like I said, he did not know that it would be a telephone. He just contemplated on the theft. Well, Milan Kuchan knew, yeah, that there will be a road that will go right through here, asphalt road, just the way you see it. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, indeed, my friends. This is a bench. This is where the telephone was stolen from. I was sitting at night here. Somebody came from behind, pulled one out of my pocket, or even what is more likely, just pick one from the bench and headed with the telephone right as I was sitting right back into the forest. No, I would not hear you because the sound that I have in my ears is really, really bad. Right here. Came here, pick up the telephone and go here. Milan Kuchan claimed like this. Milan Kuchan demanded from me in a 6th grade of the grammar school to go, when you have this kind of stuff, the stuff I'm talking to you about right now, when they start to demonstrate you that actually something is impossible and video record themselves stating this to you, you can be 100% certain that they will do the theft to you. Yeah, if you're subjected to MK Ultra and they start to demonstrate you that something is impossible to do, it's because they will definitely do. It's called a schizophrenia. It's called a schizophrenia. Schizophrenia because you will say they did, and they will say they did not, You understand? And on top of that, they had videotapes of you walking next to Milan Kuchan, next to your schoolmates, as was the case in 6th grade, with all the kids from Žihovo Selo, from Krka, next to me, watching, video recording themselves next to me, demonstrated me, but they do the stuff like this through their trauma. So not even the stuff I am talking about should be in absolutely any way rational, logical, or in any way apologizes for the violence I'm talking about is not rational. It doesn't come to any schizophrenia or anything like this. But this is how they wanted to demonstrate, depict this stuff as. So, as you would enter here the forest, there is an entrance to the forest right here behind, right behind the bench. And I did not go to investigate this. This is the fuckliest part is that it's all the memory. It's all the fucking memory from the 4th grade when I was 10 years of age, 9 years of age. It must have been in 1980 when the professor Milan Kuchan would take over the children from Osnovna škola Grm, grammar school Novo Mesto, my schoolmates, and would start to tutor them how the schizophrenia is made. Together with the children from the Krka village, older men like my neighbor Metod Yerman, and Yanko, and Medved, and so on and so forth. And the kids also older than myself, my age, from Žihovo Selo, started to demonstrating how the schizophrenia is made. In this entrance here, that looks like an entrance to the forest, just looks like the entrance to the forest. If you go inside, it looks like, if they depict to you how they're going to do this kind of stuff, it looks like, it just looks like, and they did, during MK Ultra, they also demonstrated me how they're going to come from behind the guy right here, from this house right here, is that he was involved in this stuff. Yeah, right here. Let's see this stuff here. You cannot actually see this house too well. Let's see if we can get somehow. All right, so it's enough. The house, the entrance that you go here, right? They demonstrated to me how this is, how it works. You know how this stuff works. How you can steal the telephone and so on. But this was done at a later time. They started with that type of schizophrenia. He started with this type of schizophrenia, I think, like in 2011 or 2011. I think that he did this. They sit me on the bench. They delivered the bench from the village. There was no asphalt back then yet. And with his neighbor, with his comrade, which is right next door, house behind over there, they started to fuck with this stuff, how they're going to steal the telephone from my pocket and so on. So under MK Ultra, if somebody tells you something like this, they're going to do, this is already proof that they are behind the crime. But they might not be the one who did this stuff. The stuff might have not even been stolen from you. Let me demonstrate something else. In this case, it was. In this case, it was. In my case, it was. This absolutely was stolen. This absolutely 100% was stolen. And I do have the proof for that too. So anybody who would try to prove something different, what the hell is with this browser here? Come on, mister. I am not used to this here. Oh, okay. Let me see if I can. Shit, I'm not going to be playing this right now. It's not going to allow me. Okay, then I'm going to pull one like this. Okay, now we're back. it doesn't matter, even if you tell the person that you will do something like this, and this is what Igor Jurcic, this is what Stefanic were involved in it, talking about the Novo Mesto police officers. What's happening here with this? Hello? Even if you tell the person like this is not a schizophrenia. If you brainwash the person that you will do something like this, and the person, let's say, would forget the telephone, which in my case I did not, it's not a schizophrenia. That's not a schizophrenia. That absolutely is not a schizophrenia. The crime, MK Ultra, is the most severe crime. Do you know what the fuck is to play with a mental illness on somebody? Do you know what is to play with the brain? It's the most severe crime that you can do. There's nothing more severe. No crime is more severe than MK Ultra. When you try to prove somebody is schizophrenia like this with this kind of games, you're a fucking dead walking man. You don't even breathe. You don't even fucking exist. You never existed. There is no worse crime than MK Ultra procedure. That's why Novo Mesto police station don't want to know about it. They never heard about one. Logical. This was investigated that... No, it was nothing was investigated. I was brainwashed that if you go enter this entrance here of the forest, you are not going to get anywhere in the forest because it's all bush everywhere that you cannot even get and stuff like this. Is what they brainwash with. The reality pertaining to this case here is such that from the other side of the Krka River, when they sit me here on the bench, where there's this still no asphalt, was this road here, the trail basically for the forest, for the worker to only go with the tractors and stuff like this. They told me they even measure from the other side of the Krka River how they can see every facial expression on my face with the telescopes. Do you know what the fuck that is? Do you understand what the fuck I'm talking about? And they claim that the neighbor here, the camera, this is what I got Method Yerman, the neighbor police officer Method Yerman told me. They will be video recording this area here. And sure enough, at one point in time that I will forget the smartphone at night and come to pick one up, which I did. I did it. And when I will claim that the telephone was stolen from me, the only thing they would do is they would use the old clip to demonstrate that I in fact left the telephone on the bench. These are those other circumstances. Then at the same time, the police officer who delivered me here, sometimes in 2008, therefore right here to the Žižkovo Selo, told me like this: you will come with me, right? You will come with me. He said to me like this: this is a bench here. Behind, of course, is the forest. I will describe this on a separate video. And he drove me right here at this intersection, right at the top of it, like you see it right here, this here. You will come here and you will only tell which house it is. And if it's going to be the wrong house, you're going to go in the jail. If it's going to be the right house, the only thing that's going to happen is I'm going to bring you the telephone back, and that's all there is to it. That's how it works. That's not how it works. This is how they interpreted the law. Krka River, you see it? Krka River, you see it? It's Krka River. Okay. They did make sure, however, when they stole the telephone, that they would leave me a glass, a cup, a glass, right in a trash bin next to the bench. Sorry, bench is right here, like this. This is where the bench is. They did make sure about that. And so the next day when I came to pick up the telephone to see if they insisted me they're going to put the telephone even in a trash bin, that I should look. Talking about again neighbor Method Yerman, police officer. I found the glass which they told me that it will remind me of where the telephone is. It's basically exactly the guy who was demonstrating me on how he's going to steal the telephone from me. Basically, he was doing a schizophrenia imitation of what police believe is going to rationalize schizophrenia, together with their psychiatric colleagues from Ljubljana Polje. Now you understand how in detail this stuff is. And when exactly was it that I purchased that telephone was stolen? Well, the telephone was stolen based on MK Ultra scenario when the telephone from my mother all of a sudden went bad. And after I gave her my battery from my telephone to use, also my battery all of a sudden went bad. And that prompted me into the purchase of the batteries from AliExpress, from Alibaba and so on. Very costly shit. And once I had purchased those batteries, of which one of the batteries also belonged to the telephone that was stolen from me, that was an Ula phone. This here, this stuff here. Once that was done, just as neighbor Method Yerman promised me with the Igor Juršić, director now Novo Mesto police station, is when your telephone is going to be stolen. So this is the proof that telephone was stolen from me here at night. You can say whatever the fuck you want, but Novo Mesto police had my telephone stolen based on MK Ultra scenario. For any hopes you have in respect to this case, your hopes are dead. That's finished. They did dare to fuck with me even further from this village, and during MK Ultra, whatever, they would escort me back home with the neighbor Method Yerman through this route through here. They would keep antagonizing me, suggesting me the batteries, make sure that once you get the batteries from China, that you put them on sale. And they started to even suggest me for how much I should sell them and so on. It was year finally 2005, 2004, when guy from this village, I am not going to mention, insisted that he will have my telephone, that he will find my telephone and will not return my telephone back. Everybody knew about this is going to become asphalt road, yes? It was year 2005 when King Charles suggested that he made an arrangement with this guy for telephone to be returned back to me. That he managed somehow to make arrangement with him. So, you already know what exactly that means. Every crime Slovenian state manufactured was ratified, signed, approved of by European Union Commissioner people, London, British, and Washington, D.C., White House, and I anticipate also Congress. It was passed on the side. It was a criminal bill. They continue to give green light with Berlin together for the crime, for the MK Ultra crime to roll and roll and roll and roll on. Maybe there was some spectators earlier that would not believe I would bring this crime to the end, but it's already finished. But what is fascinating about this shit? Crime started to take place in 1980 1979, when we did not even have a house here yet on the village. In just 1982, earlier, I found myself right here with my schoolmates investigating the forest also, brainwashing me on how there is actually no way to get through the forest here anywhere. That this was so covered with the bush and with everything inside that I shouldn't even bother with it. You know what the fuck that is? They didn't even know what the fuck they're gonna steal. And over the course of the years, they started to manufacture what, based on experience, based on police investigations, became evident it's going to be a theft of the smartphone, for which they did to be as stressful and as schizophrenic as much as possible, would be based on a purchase of the batteries for the telephones that I would go after. Yeah, I had these telephones for over 2 years already, and the batteries were still good. My batteries were still excellent. But since I got into this business, I wanted to have the batteries. I smelled a really good deal, and I went after those batteries. And once I did this, they have stolen me the telephone, and they started to fuck now with the telephone. First the batteries, then they started to fuck with the telephone, and so on and so forth. Everything is connected directly to the state prosecutor office in Ljubljana. Trg Narodne Osvoboditve 13, Trg of the National Liberation Front 13. Miran Sodin. The Justice Building in Ljubljana. Ljubljana. Trg Osvobodilne fronte, but I'm not going to do that. Train station, bus station. That's all I need to do. Boom. If you're ever going to wonder where is it, how is it, it's this one here. This is where this is, right here. This building where I was delivered already as a child. I was delivered into this building as a child. I yet had to finish the business about the court, about the police, all that stuff. These are the people that previously, this was Udba location. This building was Udba, was located in this building. This was a Udba building here inside. They have a Yugoslav officers inside, and more than anything they have Slovenian Udba inside in here. I was delivered here already as a child. This is a secret Udba building, this building here. This building with the Tanja Fajon. I would enter this building from behind. From this building behind that you see right there. As a child already. With the Golobic, with Gregor Golov, with Milan Kučan. This building. I would go to visit a mother from Tanja Fajon. She's a minister now, Tanja Fajon, this one here. But I would not go to visit her at the RTV Slovenia. I would go to visit her to the Radio Slovenia, which is the building right in front of the building of the RTV Slovenia. I know for every fucking Udba location hall in Ljubljana the way it was done. Just like, I'm not gonna say in the same way as the Udba people like Robert Golob, who tutored me this stuff, but you know, I know a whole lot. I know so much that I don't have to use a special services to fuck you. I am a special service. That's how much, and I am not crazy. This is the worst part about this stuff. Could you believe this shit? This here okrožno državno tožilstvo is gonna be too fast, too soon. You're gonna be so fucking crying. You're gonna be fucking crying like a goat. Too soon, too fast is gonna happen. You should not wish for that stuff, because you got actually nothing. No, this is just a transmitter from Slovenia. Oh, where the hell they transmit me? Yeah, right. So this is the location. This is where I would come with the Josip Broz Tito. This Josip Broz Tito and me, big boss. This, yeah. Somebody who would say say something like I fucking stated right now, he would be inside of the psychiatric hospital tomorrow. Do you know this? Do you know what the fuck I'm talking about? I came here with the Tanya Fayon to see her mama. Claimed that she wanted to with the Tanya to marry me. Her mama worked right here on the second floor. Maybe this was her office right there. Look, you see it? Hey, this was long time ago. I was in a second grade of the grammar school, first grade of the grammar school, ladies and gentlemen. If I wanted to lie to you, I couldn't. Do you understand that? If I wanted to lie over there to you, I couldn't fucking do it. If I say some shit like this that is not true, they would take me to the fucking hospital tomorrow, today. These people here in Ljubljana, in Slovenia, are eager to destroy me. This is what I do, a little dance like this of the Mrtvaški ples, dance of the dead. All you can do is watch how I dump more and more shit on you. Basically making sure that you're aware of your situation. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. See it? That's her window right there. Which one? This one? This one? Is it open? I don't know. It's her office. It's called Radio Slovenia, I think. I don't know what the fuck they call. It was thanks to this case and none other that she was transferred across the street to RTV Slovenia. I think it happens sometimes like in a second or third grade of the grammar school. Huh? What do you think about this stuff? I would come here with my schoolmates from Novo Mesto, also from Osnovna Šola Grm and stuff like this to see all this stuff. They travel all over the place. They make them addicted to this Illuminati shit. What do you think about this kind of stuff? Let's just leave this shit alone because we don't have time, and this video is about something completely different. These people wanted to make me sick. They wanted to make me feel ill. This was the post, this one here, that earlier I could see one. It was on a bigger picture. And that's one right there and so on, but this here, this is, what the hell is this shit? They disconnected me from the internet. What the fuck? Thank you, I'm gonna say thank you. I don't actually need no fucking internet to finish this video. They don't want? You don't like it? Fucking me. I'm still here inside of this room. I didn't go anywhere. I don't have a capacity to go to this. Wow. They just, I guess, decided to take the internet off. Alright. Okay. Evo ga. Have you seen I was disconnected while I was doing? They have a capacity to do this and they fuck with this stuff. Okay, let's continue. I don't need the internet to finish this stuff. Let me demonstrate you this stuff. Because I hope you will remember this, every one of you. There you go, the internet is back. You see, what do you see on this picture here? Look at it. Look at this picture here. Look at it. What do you see here? See, look how much hair is here in the Harry's head. Did you see a young William, how he looked with the hair? And he's posing here happy, and they pose. I found this stuff today, that they pose happy. Oh, you can see this picture here. You can see this picture here. This is stuff I don't like. This is a stuff that is new picture. This is more related to the newer times, but sure, it doesn't bother me. See, that this is the stuff. This is a big mistake these people are making. Here, Harry is not laughing. This one here is already completely bald. I couldn't say that's a laughter. That's right there in the back. It's look at that. Look at this. Also, some kind of a happy picture and so on. Yeah. So we have a lot of old pictures blended in newer pictures. Look at that. Like some kind of happiness. Well, this isn't to them happy. No. I am not saying that there is a Harry happy right there. Oh, look at that. We have some more happiness. We have more happiness. We have here. We have happiness. Happiness. You know, really, I don't have any kind of a cheesy news here. I have a William here with more hair, older William picture, all happy about it, and so on. I think these people deeply misinterpreted me. They deeply misinterpreted me. They claimed me during MK Ultra that they were asking me a lot about what I think about this picture, what I think about that picture, and they were showing me younger picture and older pictures, and so on and so forth. And you know what the hell these people were certain about? Do you know what the fuck these people were certain about? These people were certain about that I don't like them happy. They were certain that in other words, that I fucking hate them. It became evident to me during MK Ultra, ladies and gentlemen, that I found them flashing me those photos through torture scenarios. That they would do the torture scenarios, then they would pop up on the picture, and they started to show me those pictures like that they were sure that I actually don't like them. Aha. So, what we have at this point in time, we are trying to connect the pictures from the past with the present. You see, in the past, since I'm an honest person and I'm a good-hearted person, I am just logical, rational, a good friend, a really nicest person in the world I could imagine. They were certain that if there was a certain degree of mental illness during MK Ultra, right, they're gonna connect one with the present time. Do you see what I'm saying? So they try to find something that was in the past, which is, if you look at my blog, the stuff that I wrote about these people, it looks ugly as hell. And I'm trying to connect this stuff with the present, with today, with now. You understand me what I'm saying? Now, if I was in their pants, I sure would not go around and, make myself look stupid, crazy, because obviously that is the most serious accusations, and if you are making, and they did made those gaffes, yeah, all the way to today. Maybe today they're not. Today they're pictures from the past. Today I haven't even seen actually any happy pictures from now that they would be laughing in my face, but previously They bullied, they challenged. Based on MK Ultra scenario, pictures they posted on how they are gonna flash and this and that. So now you try to find excuse in mental illness from the past, for which, however, I have to disappoint you. That's why I told you this is one of the best videos you can watch ever in respect to your mental health, development, life, long-term health, so that you can be absolutely proof of the bullshit that is in this world. Sure enough, it's going to be a lot of people from Hollywood that are going to be happy about this video. You try to connect the present with non-existing pictures of today with the pictures from the past, for which I must tell you, nobody in the world the fuck was more happy than I was whenever the fuck I saw you idiots. Always be true to yourself. Whatever it is that you see, make sure, it's not about faking it. It's not about the faking it. I did fake during MK Ultra certain things because I was forced. But it's not about the faking it. It's about the moment you are in, and it doesn't matter whether that be in real life or that be you're being thrown through MK Ultra in certain situations. Always be true to yourself. That means in that moment, whatever it is, make sure you thoroughly analyze the situation, and once you do the investigation and stuff like this, it's gonna click to you like this. I mean, you get to see absolutely everything about what went on, you understand? And that way there will be no mental illness. As if you will start to lie, that you will, and they do this stuff because the key here is not to depict you as mentally ill. The number one thing here is to make you mentally ill. You see, what you need to do is you have to make sure that, let's say that you are only true to yourself, but that you discern between these issues, that you don't go and you're gonna see on the internet all kinds of people do crazy stuff. I've seen people putting themselves on fire. I've seen people I have seen all kinds of stuff that you would not believe. Shit people have done to themselves because people would not believe them and so on. Yeah, this is what they want, basically. They want to drive you nuts, insane, till, and this is the worst part about it, till you start to lie to yourself and you start to imagine things and say to yourself, like I said at the beginning of this video, the worst thing that you can do is to lie to yourself. You start to lie to yourself, you start to see things that actually aren't true. Then you no longer will be capable to see even yourself in the stuff that you love, the stuff that you liked. And so this was the biggest problem that I had in my case, because I viewed these people like my family. This is when I was, this mental slavery, the worst part for me is basically to put, on a person that, you understand me what I'm trying to say, that I can't, you know what I mean? This is impossible. You cannot do that. When you probe the people, you always have to probe them truly for what it was. You're not supposed to lie, in other words. You understand me? Those pictures from the past, it doesn't matter how goofy, how stupid, unless there was an evil behind them. Some of the pictures that Harry and William post, actually, William not really so much, but Harry had some crazy stuff going on. That was fucking evil. Also with the laughter. William did have some here and there too, but really Harry was the one who did the monkey like this. With others, stupid stuff. They don't have any kind of effect in me. Who the fuck knows? Maybe I was better than your mama and your papa. Holy shit, I was the one who wanted you to keep your hair and the big smile all over the face. I was the one who actually even taught. Her name is a young Princess Leonora from Spain. I was actually the one who even was making these royal kids feel good about themselves, because I wanted them to feel good about themselves. I don't think that you can be whatever the fuck you want to be in this world without feeling good about yourself. You understand? You are topping in the dark. I might look stupid. I don't actually mind, because a knowledge is just a knowledge. Maybe sometimes the more stupid that you look, the more illustrative you are, because the less credible you are. And if you give this to the mental health experts and all kinds of people, and they will analyze this shit, and they will say to you, oh, well, you know, the guy is actually saying it's true. Maybe you're going to put more attention to the truth, to the facts, and less to that other hoo ha stuff. So, thanks for watching this video. If you did not understood this message, especially the last part, you're gonna have to watch over. Never ever wished anybody anything bad. A big take on this video. For the pictures from the past, the happy pictures, big laughters, whatever fucking goof shit, make no impression on me unless they were directed at me. And still cannot connect them. That's really important. I still cannot connect them to the present, to the today, to the goofy shit of today. Today, if you are laughing as a royal to me, you are fucking disrespectful to me. You understand? Today, when you're laughing on this kind of accusation, you show the disrespect for me. Still, however, I will not associate that kind of stuff of today with a thing of the past. I don't know. I just didn't find, when I investigated you, anything that would suggest me that it was to sicken me directly or something like that. Maybe, actually, I would even relate that stuff to the quality moments, maybe in a certain way. It's nothing, you know, the best thing that you can do for your mental health also is that you enjoy the time with you know, with the people, that you really mean it when you are with them, and if it shows up that these people are dunk, that they are shit, it's actually really bad for them. I mean, this isn't bad for you. It doesn't matter how much damage they do to you. Never ever allow them to fuck you up in a way that they are gonna connect your stuff they did to you of today with whatever you will see from the past or something like that. This is really, really bad stuff, if you understand me what I'm saying. Yeah, that's all I wanted today to stress to you about this stuff. If you MK Ultra victim or something like this is a life-saving video. It's the type of video that will eventually successfully make you deliver all the stuff that needs to be done through the court and so on, with the real police getting the police on a tail, and get the things straight. Yeah. So, yeah, it makes sense to me, this video. It's a lesson in it. It's a lesson in it. Never hate people for whatever the fuck they do. It's just the people they do, wherever the hell they do, unless it's directed toward you, unless it's against you. Yeah, you understand me? Unless they want to get personal with you and they want to do some kind of evil to you and stuff like this deliberately, because that's what they want to do. Yeah, that will be the lesson for me. That way you're going to keep sane, because MK Ultra is extremely obnoxious stuff when they do to people, you know. Robert Golob and this Slovenian side, the stuff they did to me, I don't. I honestly do not see myself in these people in absolutely any way. I don't like. I don't like that sick shit with Nurse Yanko and Novo Mesto Police and stuff. The way they interpreted it and claim me that when I'm going to be young, I'm going to be sick and with a psychiatry, and when I get old, when I should live my life and stuff like this, I'm going to be all broken and fucked up and stuff like this. No, British royals are never going to get in the picture here again, ever. They went far too far. Basically, there's no point of return over there. But I hope I helped you with this, with understanding of this stuff. They did talk to me about this stuff, about these pictures and so on, and see and this and that, and even claimed me that I am not responding to the stuff because they did have other people, and it's people out there that when they see them happy and stuff like this, that they go crazy and stuff like that. I worked with some lady one time in a South Treatment Evaluation Center, Southern Florida Treatment Evaluation Center, Miami downtown, and it was this lady, damn, and she was a nurse, and she had broken spine, pain, suffering, horrific stuff. She promised me, yeah, you're gonna have that for sure, and so on. Be damn, man, this lady was sure that I don't like her because I was smiling, you know. The thing about it is that I wasn't smiling because I wanted her evil. She suffered enormously because of the pain, because of the injury, and so, but then I figured out, I said, listen, fuck this. To smile is a professional way. I learned to smile when I worked in the ship with a French Foreign Legion people. It was a form of the discipline. It was a form of discipline. You understand that even if you suffer, you smile. You don't understand my smile. People did not understand my smile. And the thing about it is that lady was sure that I was laughing at her pain and suffering and so on. And the point about it is that if you go to work and you see somebody smiling and he makes you miserable, you should stay that day at home. You can't go to the environment to work and expect that other people are going to have nose all the way down and, you know, that kind of stuff. Or if you are really suffering from, you know, a disease or, you know, this kind of issues, and you just it's a problem. It's a stuff that has implication on your well-being. Also at work, you should just go for retirement. You know, you shouldn't expect other people to you know, fuck this. Seriously, if you cannot, if you have a problem, if it's difficult for you, if it's you know, yeah, you should just maybe take break from the job or retire yourself. It's as simple as this, you know. I don't know what her circumstances were. I wish her all the best and so on. I don't know what the lady the hell figure out. This isn't me. I got serious health problems, and the police at Novo Mesto station never ever had a bigger problem than I was. I guarantee you. And I did this in the most diplomatic, with a smile on the face, firm way anybody can possibly do it. There was absolutely no way that anybody could point finger at me or whatsoever, or in other stuff I did. Fine. Spine also fucked up, and you know, with a sleep like mine, Americans even stated it would equal to 2 hours a day. even if you get 5 hours a day with a sound in your ear and so on. But you know, this is just how the fuck can I say? You can work your stuff as long as you are with your health permits it, right? This is just the bottom line. Doesn't matter who the hell you are, what the hell you are, how much you have gone through, whatever the hell it is. This is just the way it's. Unfortunately, this is the way it works. So, you know, that's all I wanted to say for this video. I hope it's gonna save some lives. People go bad, they really go bad when they start to see things that do not exist, that when they start to hate faces of the people. You know, it's just not about this, it's just not about this, it's just not about, you know, hating faces of the people, but hating the stuff, rightfully hating the stuff when you see the people, you know, based already on the proofs and so on that you provide with, that they continue to insult, they continue to disregard, to derision, and remind of the stuff they did to you, of their promises, how you know, you will be destroyed and so on. That's a nasty stuff. That's fucked up. These people obviously were never up to any good. But the thing about it is that associating the stuff that you have seen yourself, especially in the past, if it involves smiling faces and, you know, that kind of stuff, with your present, and let's call the present awakening, that's a no-no. You have to be very careful with that stuff. Never ever do that. British royals are extremely good at that kind of stuff. That's how they get people to do mad stuff. Thanks for watching this video. Till next time.